Welcome to Frank Ranks Week 15. We're doing something special this time, though. We are ranking the free Comic Book Day books. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. My name is Frank Zanca. I am an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And before we begin, remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can, ring that bell, ding, ding, and if you can share this out there, that would be great so people can see what was on the shelves during Free Comic Book Day, and maybe they'll show up next year. If there is one next year, we don't know that for a fact just yet. But yeah, we had some amazing books, but if you'd like to read anything that I've written, you can check out Amazon.com. Just put my name, Frank Zanca, in there, or you can click the link in the description below. It'll take you right there. And I have my sci-fi quadrilogy, Destiny Aurora, that was made into a board game, an RPG. I am writing a short story right now as well for Blaze. I forgot the name of his publication, but I'm almost finished with it, so I'll be submitting that soon. And yeah, I also have I was also on Audible as well. I also have my fantasy book, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. And I'm working on a new book right now and a new comic. The artwork is just looking amazing. I'm going to put one of the covers up here as well. It's looking great. It's called Fairy Tales of Terror. All right, so let's jump into these 6 books. In fact, my comic shop said you can only take 4, but I said, can I take 6? And they're like, yeah, take fucking 6. Get out of here. How old are you? 5? So yeah, so this is going to range all the way from Marvel to DC to Independence. It's across the board. And what I'm ranking this on is my excitement for getting the books that these are tied to, or this series that they're tied to. Because what these are is almost like little teasers for what is to come in the books that are to follow. All right, so we're going to start with number 6, and this is from Marvel. In fact, don't think I got too many Marvels here. Oh yeah, I got a couple. And this is by Ryan North. I am not a fan of Ryan North. I don't think he's a good writer at all. He is working on the One World Under Doom right now, which nobody is liking. I haven't heard one good review out of that thing. And this is fantastic which is really a shame, is the movie's coming out. I'm not even going to go see the movie. I think it's going to be a complete piece of dog shit. So I'm skipping that. I did like Thunderbolts. If you can see my review on Thunderbolts, I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. But they changed too much stuff, and they were for me to even bother going to see the movie. But this is about, and I cannot stand, I don't know if you've seen this, but I cannot stand what they did with Johnny here. I mean, what the frig is that man? I mean, what is that mustache going on? What the hell? So I have kind of given up. I tried to read a few of these. To me, it's just awful. And this is no better. So this is about them getting whisked away to another planet, dimension, I don't know, as if they are demons. So there's like an alien group of kids that like dare each other to summon a demon, and it ends up that they summon them. And it doesn't even stop there. Then years later, or like months later, they're like, oh, they're calling us back again. What a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. And then on the flip side of this, they had the X-Men in here for this stupid retelling of the X-Men, large-size X-Men, or whatever it's called, giant-size X-Men, where they're pushing Miss Marvel down everybody's throat. Can this character just not go away? She's never going to go over, and now they're trying to retell everything that the X-Men has ever done, and she's been in it. Awful. Just awful. If I had 10 books, this would be number 10. If I had 100 books, this would be 100. It's just bad. It's just bad. All right, so let's jump into an independent here. This is by Mad Cave Studios, so kind of across the board, because Mad Cave also does Flash Gordon, and this is kind of falls into that, 50s, 60s world of the Phantom. Now, this book was not bad. It just didn't get me excited for the Phantom. So it takes place in Africa, which is where the Phantom did take place. And there's a tiger, this huge, almost mutant-sized tiger, and there's poachers that had killed one, and they're doing revenge, or the tiger's out there for revenge against the poachers, and the Phantom tries to take them in, and big things ensue. So it was okay, it just didn't get me excited about a big tiger and poachers. Just there's nothing huge about that. The artwork is decent, and and the story is okay, but it's just nothing great. Okay, next we have another Marvel book. I think that is my last Marvel book in here. Yes, it is. And this is Star Wars. So Star Wars has there's three little teeny stories in here that then continue into their regular books, because they're finally leaving the space in between episode 5 and 6, so Empire and Jedi. I dropped off that a long time ago. They were just, you cannot put 3 to 10 years in between Empire and Jedi. They literally immediately go after one another where they're in Jabba's palace, and they had to instill that plan very quickly. You can't have them going off on 10, 12, 100 adventures. They probably did like 3 years in between there of books. It just doesn't work. You're just messing with canon too much. And I don't like it. I wouldn't say mess with canon. I'm out. And so now they're going after Jedi. So I'll pick it back up now and see how. I think it's Alex Segura that's doing that. And then they did another one with Kylo Ren after that, and then they're doing Jedi Knights. So they have 3 different books, but they're only snippets. And they have a new female character that they created in here, or Alex Segura. And I really like Alex Segura's Dick Tracy. I just hope that he can pull something off with Star Wars. I mean, that's decent, for Luke. But they created a new female character here. That's came in to save Luke. I can't imagine somebody coming in to save Luke. Let me see if I can find her name. I think it was at the end. Yeah, Rin Zenit. So I haven't read, her background, but I probably will. And the Jedi Knight book is probably the best Star Wars book out there right now. And it's about Qui-Gon being hunted by an assassin. Which he can't die. I don't know why they picked him. They could have picked any other Jedi that could actually have something happen to them that's not canon. I don't know. All right. So the next one, number 3, so we're halfway. DC. I think that's the only DC book I've picked up. And that is Superman Unlimited, all in. And this was decent. I mean, it's about Superman saving everybody. It's just like a montage of him saving people until there's a meteor coming from the sky, and he goes up, and there's like a metal thing around it, like a covering, and he smashes the covering, and when he does so, it ends up being it's a whole ball of kryptonite, and he's plummeting down to Earth. So nothing spectacular there, and why do we have another Superman book? We have the regular Superman book by Joshua Williamson, and then we have all the Action Comics, and now we're going to have a third one? Why? Why do we need another Superman book? I know the movie's coming out, but why? I'm probably not going to get it, even though it's good. There's no reason for me to get another Superman book. Then on the other side of this, I'm going to fall, is which was interesting. This is about the Absolute Universe, and it's all about the Absolute Mirror Master meeting up with the regular Mirror Master. I don't know. And there's actually a continuity error in here, which I don't know if anybody noticed. But I'm not the only Wonder Woman's the only one I'm collecting for Absolute, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. Yeah. So here he gets tapped on the shoulder. Notice the green gloves, right, from Mirror Master. But on the very next page, Mirror Master has no gloves. So figure that out. So anyway, it was good, but again, why do I need another Superman book? I don't. All right, so jumping into number two. Number two, we have another independent. In fact, everything I have here is independent. Independence books are really blowing away the top two anyway. I wish that the independent books could exist without Marvel and DC doing well, but it just doesn't. It just can't happen that way. And that is Conan. So Conan's been a really good thing by series by Jim Zub. And what I don't like about it is that the storylines are all over the place. They're not ever in chronological order. They're all over the place. And then he really doesn't even complete a story before he goes on to the next one. In most of the comic world, we can't get these guys to complete a story because they go on forever. Here, where he just like, I'm going on to the next one. I'm bored with this story. I'm going on to another one. That's how I kind of feel a little bit with the way he writes it. But this is about a younger Conan who ends up trying to steal from what he thinks is a wealthy person. And he ends up battling everybody because they end up finding him. He wasn't as stealthy as he'd like because he was younger. And so he beats them up all instead. And then when he opens up the case that he thought was going to be full of, gold and gems, it's empty. And the guy's like, look, man, I'm broke. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm broke. But I know where you can steal something. And he ends up stealing this, serpent thing. I don't know. It goes around his arm or whatever. I don't know. But then we switch into, 1934. So somehow this is going to be connected. And we get this really cool villain-looking guy. So it's called Scourge of the Serpent. So I like this a lot. I'm looking forward to that. Again, Jim Zub does a really good job. I just wish that he'd actually tell his story, finish it, and then move on instead of saying, screw it, I'm just going to move on. Which is better, I think, than these guys that take 5 years to tell a story. We can't even get another one. And number one, this should be really no surprise to anyone because it's some of the best stuff out there right now. And that is the Energon universe. So the Energon universe is Void Rivals, which I think is on a downturn right now by Robert Kirkman. He's losing momentum. So that's why he stopped. There's also a change in artist coming. Why he's taking a little break. I think the story just needs to end, man. You're just spinning wheels. And then Transformers that I'm not reading. I've never been a big Transformers fan anyway, but I know a lot of people really love it. And it's a Philip Kennedy John. I forgot who it was. It's not. I don't think that's right, but I forgot who it's by. But everybody's loving him, and I know he's leaving. And then G.I. Joe, which I am collecting, and I really like G.I. Joe. So having G.I. Joe and Transformers together is very interesting. Duke ended up running into Starscream, who ended up killing his whole team in the air because they were in planes. And he's been hunting them. That was the whole Duke thing, and it never really went anywhere with it. And now we have Clutch that is with Hound. So this is the story of Clutch and Hound, and there's Hound on the back there. And they end up battling, and because he wants to find out where G.I. Joe is getting the Energon from. But he's not. It's Cobra that's getting the Energon. And so he blasts it with this energy pulse or whatever else. He blasts Hound, and Hound can't transform. So he ends up taking it to somebody to fix him. So I guess the guy knows Transformer technology enough or whatever else. Like he's run into one of these guys before. And then we got this dog Transformer that came up and started attacking them. Hound saved them because he transformed at the last moment. And they're together now. So Hound is a Jeep, so he's got Clutch, which is a G.I. Joe guy in a Jeep with that is a Transformer, which is kind of cool. So now I think they're going to start combining those a little bit more as this year progresses, because it hasn't been connected at all for the most part. The most connection we have is with Void Rivals, which again I think is on a downswing. All right, well, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can. And if you'd like to share this out there, that'd be amazing as well. And check out my books on Amazon. All right, just type my name in. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a very good week. And remember that I go on set starting on the 12th. So I'm going to, my daily videos are going to start declining. All right, thanks again, guys. All right, bye-bye.